Hey dumplings, it's Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. We have a lot of stuff that I want to get into today. Things that I want to talk about. We have some moments where V kind of snapped some pictures of girls. He literally snapped back. Things got a little heated. Armies are mad about the events that took place. Some are a little bit angry. Some are making light of it. Just overall what happened with the girls. There's also a former friend who came out and kind of exposed a video of a BTS member. I want to talk about that. And finally, we have some big changes that BigHit and BTS have contributed to the world. So I do have a lot of thoughts on all of this. I definitely think these are important things to talk about. And at any point, if you have any thoughts and feelings that you'd like to share, just hit that pause button and then leave your comment down below and we can have a debate because this is a two-way conversation. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. The first thing I want to talk about today is our baby V. He is just a sweet little baby. I know there lately has been a lot of VT, VTay, Tay, whatever you want to call it. I don't think anyone's complaining about it, but there's just a lot of stuff that I like to go over and a lot of videos that have come out and things like that. I think V has a lot of stuff that happens to him, good and bad. This one today is going to be a topic that of course isn't as great. This is something that happened when V was at the airport. This happened a bit ago, but I still think it's relevant and it's still something that we should talk about. V was basically at the airport. He had obviously gotten on the airport from his initial place and then he was just getting off the airport. This is when the videos and the photos kind of came out. We are going to be talking about obviously when he was coming off the airport and decided to leave the airport at his destination. But basically there were some girls that were following V. Now I want to clarify that V wasn't alone. This wasn't just him. It was with the BTS group. However, mostly this was happening to V. But there were seemingly these two girls that have been following V for a long time. In fact, so much so that it seemed like they even followed them onto the airplane. And then I heard something about them actually sitting near V or sitting around V. My guess is a large portion of the flight, these girls were recording V and really making him feel uncomfortable. Because obviously they can't be on all the time for the entire duration of the flight, which is like hours sometimes. So for them to get constant video footage of them trying to relax and be themselves, that's annoying. I get it. If you happen to see a celebrity on a plane, and I mean happen to see a celebrity on a plane, not force it to happen, you and that celebrity will probably be together in that closed plane for a long time, depending on the flight and depending where you're going. Just wait until they settle down. Ask for a picture if you really want a picture. Don't wait until they're eating. Don't wait until they're sleeping. Ask for a picture once they settle down. And if they say no, ask them if you can ask them a few questions and talk to them and speak to them like a normal human being. Then just go take your seat. That's it. That's what normal people should do. But some of these like crazed fans, if you will literally try to find out all the private information of that said celebrity, like flight booking time. And then you just go and head on that flight? Doesn't that seem a bit weird? I'm not even sure how they would even go about doing that. Obviously, they must have someone within the airport that works with them. I don't know. And then they're able to find out where V or BTS is going, which is just insane. Now, obviously, I don't know why V or BTS was on that airplane. Like, what was the point or purpose of it? It could have been press. It could have been just like doing a show, whatever it was. They obviously had to be somewhere. But a lot of celebrities and also businessmen who fly all the time book flights last minute. Like how the crazed fans got there so quick to be able to jump on that flight, to be on the flight with BTS and stalk V. Complete surprise and shocker to me. I don't know how they did it. But basically when V got off the plane, he was just like walking out of the airport. He was on the airport elevator. You could see a woman recording him and not being subtle at all. Like it's one thing to be subtle because at least if you're being subtle, you have acknowledged that this is a person that you're recording. You know what I mean? You consider this a person because you're like, oh, I don't want him to notice or I don't want him to be offended or I don't want him to say no. So I'm going to be like subtle and try to record. But this woman didn't care. The cares flew out of her hand because when you're filming like a thing, like an actual object, no one like tries to hide and record that. They just record it. But if it's a person, you're going to hide and record it. This woman was obviously treating V like a thing. Now that's a person. And that's not okay. And she also seemed like to be the only one that got really close to want to get a photo. Like V probably couldn't breathe because of how close she was. But also, I don't understand. I really don't. Because if I got one photo of V at the airport, I'm good. Even if I got that one photo and I want to kind of like follow him around to see where he's going and kind of like watch him, I wouldn't take a million more photos. I would just kind of watch him from afar because it's all the same. You got a photo already. He's not going to look different in another photo 2 seconds later. His hair color suddenly changes. What do you think happened in those 2 seconds? I don't know why people are taking more photos. It makes no sense. And it obviously makes the celebrity or V very self-conscious because they have to be very aware of everything they're doing. Now, obviously V is also someone who is very hyper aware in general, especially when there's large crowds and things like that. I mean, I mentioned in in my other video how V saved a child's life, this child from getting trampled. He basically stopped the crowd from moving because the crowd was only following him, so by him stop moving, the crowd stopped and give a chance for the child to kind of catch up to the front and not get trampled. And then we also had in my last video where I talked about V kind of helping out a paparazzi, where a paparazzi was about to hit a pole and trip and fall, and V just kind of like pushed him out of the way. So I don't think V at any point was not aware that these girls were recording him, and was probably aware that it was the same girl or girls. Finally, when he got off the elevator and what looked like he was getting closer to the exit and he was kind of walking down, V takes his phone out and pretends to record. It looks like he's taking photos of the girls. Some say the phone looked like it was in selfie mode and he was actually taking pictures of himself and just pretending to take pictures of the girls, but it's hard to see what actually he was doing. It's kind of blurry and you can't really tell, so whatever it is, he just took out his phone and he was gesturing. The point of it was that he was gesturing as if he was taking photos and videos of those girls. I suppose it was kind of like a give the girls a taste of their own medicine type of situation, and then make them think he was also recording and taking photos of them. However, I do believe if someone is that bad and they indeed try to do things like harm you or try to jump on your flight just to get a photo and video of you, then you should take a photo and then give it to the airline so they know. Like, okay, this girl can't book any flights that I'm going on. You know, something like that. Or keep them on like the wall of shame or something. But then you can see in the video that the girl tried to hide when V decided to take photos and videos of her. She probably knew that she's not going to want a photo that he's going to take of her because she would get in trouble with the photo because her face is in it. So strange. It's very strange that these fans never try to get a selfie with any of their K-pop idols or celebrities. They always try to get like creepy photos. It's like, hey, they don't want normal pictures. I don't understand. You don't want a picture where they're like all stood up and they're posing and they're ready for you to take a picture and they look nice. Is that how you want your K-pop idol relationship to be? Just creepy photos like taken from afar? Like if you ask, I'm pretty sure 99.9% of the time the BTS boys will say yes to a photo, especially if that means once they get their selfie or their photo, they're going to be left alone. But that's never the case. I definitely wanted to see how some people felt about this and what their thoughts are. Some people were obviously angry, but not going to get into too much on that because it's very obvious why they would be angry at these girls. I definitely saw some kind of making light of the situation and kind of making little jokes. I definitely wanted to read this one because it was kind of funny. They wrote, "Fan shoves phone in BTS's face for selfie. Taehyung opens camera on selfie mode and pretends to film girls. Fan, WTF, that's so rude, Taehyung. Taehyung, that is on the truth. If you're uncomfortable with it, you can imagine how V must feel when you're doing that to him. Why would you assume he would not be? Like a celebrity has to be like on more than a normal person." And I also truly believe most, if not all, of the BTS boys are introverted. So they're on when they need to be, when they want to do their job. But they probably don't want to be on all the time, especially at the airport. It's supposed to be like a relaxing, calming experience. It's supposed to be. It's not always that case, even for us normal people. But I guess this is something they have to deal with on a normal basis. We also have another member on a recent video that just came out. This was none other than our baby J-Hope. An old friend leaked out J-Hope's dance video. This was from when he was only 12 years old. Can you imagine? Now J-Hope is of course one of the best dancers in the group. A childhood friend of J-Hope, who apparently went into the same dance studio as J-Hope did, I guess found the footage recently, maybe he had it on his phone, and he decided to put it out there. I wonder if they speak to each other still and all that after this many years. In the video, you can see a young 12-year-old J-Hope popping and locking. I mean, even at 12, he was slaying. His dancing looks so clean, and I mean, his popping and locking, it looks good. He doing the most at 12. He's probably one of the few like dance prodigies in K-pop. I mean, 12? I was still figuring out how to match my t-shirt to my jeans at 12. Puts all other 12-year-olds to shame. Apparently, there was also a video that was recorded a few years later, and you can see J-Hope's kind of progress. He looks really good. I don't know how to grade dancing, to be honest. I just know if it looks good, I like it. And then there was one video that was posted a little bit later after that, and then this was a more modern, kind of more recent video of him, where it looks very much similar to how he dances now. J-Hope's friend claims that J-Hope was always practicing and that he was a cool oppa. Shows exactly why he ended up being accepted as a trainee. And now, of course, part of the dancing line. He's so good. I love him, and I love his amazing skills too. And lastly, I want to talk about some of the major changes that BTS and BigHit have been causing in the world. Like apparently BigHit and BTS have donated altogether over $2 million US. This is for the pandemic. I want to clarify, not raised, but donated. meaning this is their own money, not people that have given them money. I've seen so many people like celebrities, like, oh my god, here's a fundraiser, please donate. Like, no, we normal people have no money. You literally have millions and you're living in a mansion. So I am happy that BigHit and BTS are making changes like this in the world. I don't know what's going to be done with the $2 million, but $2 million can help a lot of people. If every celebrity donated that much, like first of all, every single Kardashian member should donate at least $1 million. If they told me they didn't have $1 million to spare, I would obviously think they're lying. And you know what, to be fair, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they did donate and I'm just not aware, so I'll eat my words. Let me know what you think about this and let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out and contribute anything you want over there, anything you can contribute over there really does help kind of give back to this channel, help me make better videos on here, all that stuff. So I really do appreciate if you check that out. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions, all that stuff on my Patreon. Link in the description, first one right there. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the screen at the end of this video. So click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.